Welcome to the service clinic at Low Country Harley-Davidson. I'm Doc Harley. I am working on a 1989 Softail, and I have replaced all the switches, and I had to put brand new wiring in. And I wanted to share with you, wiring is a very difficult thing for a lot of us, but there are basics that you can memorize or learn that will help you navigate even a 1989 to a 2022. So I'm just going to share the basics because I could go for weeks on a tutorial on all the wires that are in a 2022. But let's start out with the basics on here. Harley-Davidson, I have a 1989 service manual, and there are what's called alpha code. It is the basic colors of wires that Harley-Davidson use. And we have the code BE for blue, BK for black, and it continues on. Each one of these associates with a certain part of the wiring for a Harley-Davidson, such as BE, blue. That has to deal with lights. I don't care if it's a 1989 or a 2022, BE deals with the lighting system. Of course, we all know black ground, but we also watched my video that has a black green. And there, as you go on further in the newer models, you'll get what we call tracer colors. You'll have the basic color, black, and then you'll have the tracer color in the coloring of green. We remember that that's the clean ground. But the first color is black, and that's going to be a ground. This is something for you to have important. If it's brown, it has to do with the right side. If it's violet, it has to do with the left side. And that helps when you're doing turn signals. Orange is usually accessory power, and red is 12 volts or has to deal with the rear brakes when we're talking about lights. So let's look at a 2022 rear tour pack. Starting out with a BE, that's a light, rear brake light, all right? BE, a light, V, we've got the violet, so that's the left side light. Then BE by itself, blue, that would be the running light. We've got our ground, and then we've got BE brown, being the right side. So even in a 22, you've got the basics of lighting. Yes, there's going to be a lot of people out there going, well, Doc, white used to be high beam and yellow low beam. Yeah, it is, and it still is. But they also use white up in the ignition, and they also use yellow in tracers for other things. So they've used the colors over and over and over again. So as I started out with this video, this is the basics for lighting. If it's blue, it has to do with lighting on it. If it's the violet or the brown, which side of the turn signals are you dealing with? If it's a brake, you've got a red and you've got an orange coming to it. So if this can help you trace out or install turn signals or install a headlight or a tail light, I hope this is helpful in knowing the basics. And if you're trying to figure out, hey, my right turn signal isn't working on my 2020, you can look at what the colors are and trace it back to the connection. I'm Doc Harley. We'll see you next week.